everyone the information about how important it is to be able to help me, Greg. Give me some talking points. You're the one talking.
I have one more question before I do that.
Yes,
Why are you in Boston?
We're going to map AEDs in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts.
Okay, so that's generic. So you don't want specifically this event, right? Why?
But this event is to launch a campaign that will last 7 months.
Yeah, so you guys are in Boston, you're in a little event here tonight. What is the goal of being here in Boston?
So we're in town in Boston to launch our whole event, which is to map AEDs to provide life-saving assistance in need.
Yeah, it's important. I know we're talking about some of the numbers and mapping them out in other cities seems to have really helped people survive at a much higher rate than maybe other cities who maybe aren't doing as much for close to this. I guess in your experience that you've gone through using an AED that helps save your life, I guess is there like something that stands out from your experience and is that the inspiration behind this whole
So I am a cardiac arrest survivor, and I was personally saved by an AED. So I am 5 years strong after that event, and I know the importance of being able to find an AED when you need it quickly. So that's why we are here as part of Cardiac Crusade, trying to map AEDs in the Boston area to help that life-saving effort in this area.
Do you think Boston's kind of lacking right now compared to some of the other cities you guys are working with?
Evidently, Boston has some pockets that are not at all covered by AED, life-saving equipment. So, being in Boston, and it's such a medical community, and there's so many medical companies here, really wants to show that Boston is strong. Boston's strong, right? With the ability to have AEDs mapped and be just better covered.
So are you surprised to see that in a medical hub like this? It's not more prevalent?
A little bit, but in different cities that we've also looked at, everything can be improved because the life-saving mission, it can always be improved.
I guess it's like your personal experience, like how scary it was going through that, and was that kind of a moment you guys just realized more needed to be done? Kind of you're saying it's like improving and getting AEDs literally on the map.
Phrase it again.
So I guess just like from your experience, just like how important is it from what you had to go through, what you had to go through to making sure that someone else really has to go through that?
So, from my experience, this is not only life-saving mission for someone who has it, the family as well. The family members know if there's not a save, obviously that's traumatic. But if there's a save, sometimes there will be some cognitive issues if it took too long to get CPR from the AED victim. So there can be some cognitive issues from cardiac arrest, and just being supportive family members.
So it's right at this house, you're going with CPR.
If someone drops to the ground and they're unconscious, first start with CPR, get an AED, pads on them, and shortly AED, there's some things. It will shock if the rhythm means it will not shock a person that does not. So it's not going to hurt anyone around. It's only going to shock a shockable rhythm in someone that is off sick and they're in their seat anyway. So.
Is there anything else in particular you want to talk about from your experience or being here?
Greg, is there anything that you think I should cover?
I think you nailed it.
Just for stats, maybe you talked about Buffalo, right? There was a small amount of AEDs down there, and now it's over 1,000, I think you said?
So it started with 115 and ended up with over 1,200.
And that's probably where you both are.
We did Buffalo last year, and we took the success from Buffalo. Now we're okay. Taking down Boston, so back to the entire country. Right. And getting the official target until today, you already have our volunteers right here.
So what's this? Is that free?
It's good. You get to drill it.
It probably has other things to add.
I'll grab the notes. Very much. I don't have to tell you what to do, right?
Runny nose.
Yep. And then you'll probably hear questions.
Your waist up. Your waist. Yeah, what's a lot of it is down here for one decade in the 90s, and had a great experience. It was amazing. After a decade, I was like, okay, tired of that.
That's fair.
You know, so now I want to do it.
You don't have to stand out in the heat and the cold. Every night at crime scenes.
Since we're close by, in French Pavilion.
Oh, sure. The what is it?
French Pavilion. So remember that big standoff in Waco with the that was, tells you how old I am. But yeah, we've been shivering for 3 days. We're in the middle of the field. There's nowhere to go.
You're just stuck.
We're just stuck. Yeah. So, but it's, it's a lot of Cowboys stuff, and the Cowboys will win it back.
Oh, sure. That's fun.
Yeah. So, I learned. So, my first deal was 3 days in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I learned more in those 3 days than I did in 3 years.
Oh.
Yeah. No, it's just doing it. Just didn't like it. Getting out there. So, yeah. I'm still good friends with the shooter I was working with at first. We're still good friends today. This was great people.
You're a one arm.
Oh, yeah. That's it.
I have a wider. Oh, that looks good.
And shiny. There's a tube of makeup. There's a CVS tree that we were working with 2 years ago. And it's a little tube of, if you got shine right here, it doesn't matter your skin complexion, you just tap it on here, and all the shine goes away.
Oh wow.
It's like a mirror. It is like magic. No matter your skin tones, it gets rid of the shine. It's like magic. So,
I don't know how far down there.
no, forget it. It's all
Yeah.
good.
Gotcha, man.
Nope.
All right. Wiring. Water.
Please, yes, ma'am.
I'm just saying it's funny.
His name? Greg Coon, G-R-E-G, last name is Coon, C-O-O-N, co-founder of Cardiac Crusade.
Okay. Dr. Greg about the experience you had in the personal thing. I think for you it's more about the mission and like what you see talking about Buffalo, San Diego. So if you want to maybe start with your recent success in Buffalo, you said that was last year. We were stuck there.
Do you want me to start with my aha moment? Sure. Okay. So after Julie had her successful outcome from her cardiac arrest, I realized the importance of knowing what the AED is, because the AED is the only thing that will bring someone that has outside of a cardiac arrest back to life. So you can do chest compressions all day long, but all you're doing with chest compressions is you're buying minutes until you get the shock from an AED. So where is the closest AED? Your chain of survival is call 911, start CPR, get the AED. Well, there's a huge gap in there knowing where the AED is. There have been countless stories of someone who has a cardiac arrest, they died, and there was an AED 50 feet away, but they didn't know it was there. So that's the gap that we're trying to fill. Eventually, with our mission, it's, hey Google, hey Siri, where's the closest AED? And it pops popped up on your phone, just like yes, you know where the closest Starbucks is. Where right now we have a database partner, which is PulsePoint. For free, gives that database to every single 911 system across the country, whether it's a city, a county, a state. Every 911 system in the United States has free access to the database of where the closest AEDs are. So if someone has a cardiac arrest and they drop, someone's going to call 911. The operator can say, "You start CPR." Tell someone else to go get the closest AED, and it's across the street at the restaurant. It's at the front desk. Go pick it up and bring it back. That takes 90 seconds, where it may take an angle of 7, 8, 9, 10 more minutes.
Yeah.
That's the difference between someone living and someone dying.
Yeah, what are some of those numbers you're talking about minutes after this certain minute, 2, 3, survival rate?
So the national survival rate is 10%, which means 90% of the people who have a cardiac arrest die. In San Diego, where they have over 2,600 AEDs now. Depends on where you're in the city, the survival rate is between 50 and 70%. So there are a couple places in eastern Massachusetts that have a 3% survival rate. To me, which is crazy. Boston and Massachusetts is medical central for not just the US but the world, literally. So we're on a mission to increase the survival rate of those who have this cardiac arrest.
And you've seen success in Buffalo.
So, yes, and I'm going to go to the other step in 2 minutes. No. Wait, so we do the Buffalo first. Bring there. So last year we were in Buffalo, New York, and the western part of the state. We started with 115 AEDs on the map, and we were done with our film campaign there. We ended up with over 1,200 AEDs added to the map in western New York, and our plan is to do the same thing and more here in Massachusetts. We do the sound bites for that one. Okay. So the national survival rate is 10%. However, if you get a shot within 2 minutes, the survival rate is now 80%. And if you get a shot within 1 minute, the survival rate is 9%, which is what happened with DeMar Hamlin on live television. He got a shot within 1 minute. That's one of the reasons why he is alive and doing well today. That's why my wife is alive. So she actually had a shot within 2 minutes. Technically, that puts her at 80% plus, which is where we should be naturally.
Can I just get water? Do you? All our cups are covered.
Once someone understands the importance of knowing what an APD is, it is the common word that Tyler and I use when I lead guy here in Boston. It's a no-brainer. Of course it needs to be on the map. Of course it's going to save lives. It's a no-brainer. And so that's what we're working on right now. We want to make sure that the survival rate for sudden cardiac arrest deaths in Massachusetts increase and more we go. We're going to give you our goal here. So last year when we were in Western New York, we added 1,200 plus AEDs. Our goal here in Boston is 1,500 AEDs. So we've already upped it. Now, today is the 16th, which is, by the way, National Restart Park Day. We picked it on purpose. But before we even officially launch here in Massachusetts, our volunteers have already pre-launched mapped over 200 AEDs.
So is it about the mapping itself or getting more
Obviously, the more AEDs, the better. We need to have more AEDs out there. But an AED doesn't do any good unless it's mapped. So there's a multi-front thing that's happening here. Yes, we need to get more AEDs. Yes, every AED out there needs to be mapped. But another key part of it is that your 911 systems, whether it's for the state, or a city, or a town, or a in Massachusetts, their 911 system has to be connected to that database, which is free. They have free access to this database. Why every 911 system is not connected? You know, that's a question every mayor and fire chief needs to If you can't pull a jump out of there, you got bigger problems there.
I'll take the microphone from
You want, you get Lauren, you got Julie. Did you get Lauren? Okay.
Is there an
here?
I know.
We wanted to do a ceremonial mapping. And I looked on the AD map, on the whole map, there's no one.
Greg, is there one to see this? If you just close up the one.
Yeah, just if you had one here, just power it off.
Turn it on, yeah. Most restaurants this size do not. So, what do you want? Are you going to get one?
Yes.
I can get one.
I mean, you guys haven't been hanging out at many of ours.
There you are. Catch that down.
What?
I'm putting the microphone.
I think you guys should make a TikTok. It's like, do you know the difference between cardiac arrest and go out the street? Dad.
How low did they go, Greg?
15 minutes. You're in a weight shot. You're a weight shot.
Yeah.
Okay, don't worry about that.
Lauren, are we sharing that one, Greg?
Oh, I don't know if that's what we're sharing.
Did you,
No, it's yeah, no, sorry. No.
I know.
Thank you for that. Appreciate it.
on the welcome table? Don't everyone listen. Yeah. Only survivor, but trophies.
It's okay.
You're welcome, son.
Yeah.
So like before, this is live, so we'll edit it, so if at any point you're like, oh my god, I hate what I just said, we can start over, I can ask you the question, whatever you want to do. And then just for you, I think it's more just like getting involved now, obviously, your work experience and getting involved in something like this.
Okay, great.
You can just look at me for this. To start, you can just say and spell your first and last name.
Say it's Laurent Quint, L-A-U-R-E-N.
So I guess you wanted to take us back to that day, obviously, where you quickly learned how important an AED is, and tell us about that.
Yeah, so about a year and a half ago, when I collapsed outside in college, I was looking for exercise. And at the time, there were several ICUs that were the most capable people that came to me and helped me in that moment. I got CPR for 10 minutes. Someone called 911 right away. The medics came, and they were the ones that had the AED that shocked my heart back into the rhythm. And then I got transported to
Go back to obviously you make it through and you work about the AED, essentially saving your life, and I guess. So now you're volunteering, right? You're just like, what is your inspiration behind getting involved and how important is a movement?
Okay, so there are so many people that, if you guys have had this group, yeah.
think about how I could help others. And so I started volunteering with Cardiac Crusade.
Crusade up in campus here. We created this movement and mission in Boston. This feels so powerful to know that what we're doing is what our volunteers are doing. Let's actually save the life of clients. It's super emotional, but there are just so many people involved in that moment, and that's the reason I'm here. And so after that day, I continually try to think about how do I give back or help people that need it in a moment of crisis, like someone that helps me. And two things are important to me from that perspective. People understanding the importance of CPR training and then also the access to this. And what Greg and Julie have created is this ability for any individual to be able to stay. Right? And they know where they need to be, they know someone in need.
And just how crazy to think about it, the strangers who were here who were able to see.
Yeah, and I met all but one of the nurses. Yeah, I got to sit down and hear their perspective of the day. And it's just incredible. Their leaders are everyone who came to me when it now elevated down to that. A lot of people say that they try to help, and all of the people that are running towards me to give me that chance to go.
What would you say is your goal of volunteering chapter?
I think my goal is just to empower every individual to realize that they can get an AED that gets back today might not save someone in the next month, but in 5 years, if you know what's out there, it could potentially save someone's life. So it's kind of like a ripple effect. One AED or one person volunteering that 10 days, and then those 10 AEDs that they
So you're also at the point that it's like, maybe not goals like that get really important.
so it really empowers every individual to have the potential to save one's life.
Is there anything else you want to say or ask me about specifically? Well, thanks for letting Christine talk tonight, but she sent an email right away, and the boss was like, yes, we need to go. So.
Yeah, I think it's a very the more people know about it, the better.
Oh, yeah. I will grab the microphone.
And then you leave the mic on.
Oh, you want to do it?
Just kind of show us around what some of the stuff is here.
Yeah.
Just kind of point out as wrong with you.
Lead the way.
So we're fortunate to have a lot of